And we're live. Hi, everyone. This is the King of Speed. Second, trying to fix something. Do I have this in more than one window? Testing. Still hear me. God dang it. Oh, there it is. On the other one. That's stupid. Okay. So, hi everyone. My name is Mr. Silent Chaos, and I am your Speedrunners community manager, and I am kind of the guy who started King Speed TV. I would like to officially say good morning, and I hope everyone's having a great day. I would like to introduce you to my compatriot in crime, and honestly, I genuinely don't think I could do this without him because he's been incredibly supportive, even when it was Frosty running these events. I'd like to introduce you to Zeadrasil, my assistant community manager for Speedrunners One.
Hello, everybody,
Yeah,
and a good 3 a.m. to all of you in my time zone.
yeah, we're doing this at like butt ass early or super late. Yeah, pick your poison. But the idea behind this particular stream is this is literally the making of the King of Speed TV stream kit. Um, I'm gonna give you guys like an idea of what's going on. So check this out. This is my actual desktop view. This is the stream manager, everything from behind. Right now we have no notifications. I have stream chat and everything up just to show you. Check this out. This is the operating. This is OBS. Oh, sorry, you can't actually see OBS. I hate that it does that. But basically, here's the deal. On OBS, I already have created 3 scenes. I have a scene for starting soon, which we're going to plug some details into eventually. I have a scene called landing pad, which is this scene right here. And then we have I basically just make a duplicate of landing pad for every other scene, starting with desktop view. Desktop view has all of our stuff. Some of the stuff that I did already do is I already adjusted some background stuff. Case in point, I already set it up where anytime that we play any kind of music or anything like that, a particular scene, or I should say, a particular source, will not copy over to the VOD. So that means I can play music freely with no major issues. So during the course of everything that I'm going to be doing here, I'm going to play my music in the background. It'll be low, but I'm going to be listening to kind of my favorite music while I work on this. And the idea of this by the end is we will be ready for Saturday. All I will have to do is turn this thing on, swap to this scene, wham bam, we're done, we go live. That is the goal here. The only thing that we're not going to configure right this second is our connection to YouTube. And yes, that means we are going to be streaming this to YouTube as well. We will be multicasting our events. Ever since day one, we will be able to stream to YouTube and to Twitch at the same time, and we will do our best to keep everything as obvious as possible, make everything as good as possible. Other than that, I say I'm gonna get started. Zuzu currently is working on something. I would love for him to kind of explain the timeline of what he's been working on. That way, you guys understand that throughout the last we've been doing this for like around 30, almost 45 days, right? Getting everything ready.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'll start with my part, and then Zuzu, you could chime in however you see fit. Um, the idea currently is we had the Lord of the Run scheduled for it wasn't October. It was a couple months ago. And we haven't had a major speedrunners tournament since. Um the Lord of the Runs we had a bunch of stuff set up for it, and it just fell through. Um, a lot of people couldn't show up, and we couldn't do it right, and we couldn't do it justice. And honestly, that made me feel some kind of way. I really put my heart and soul into everything I do. I don't half-ass anything if I truly mean to do it properly. So in this particular case, I was damn near ready to quit and just kind of be done with speedrunners because I feel like I was a failure. But I had a conversation with George, the Speedrunners 2 community manager, and he basically said, "Hey, I'm genuinely surprised that you're quitting. That you're like, you know." And that situation, I had a talk with him, and it kind of got me out of that place of I'm really bad at what I do. Well, frankly, if I was bad at what I do, then we wouldn't have been able to do everything we've been doing for the last 2 years, right, Zeadrasil?
Yeah.
So at that point, my first step, I originally was actually just going to hand the keys to Zeadrasil. I actually approached you and said, "Hey, if and when I quit, I kind of want you to take over the kingdom and keep the flame going, keep this going." And I want to know what was your thoughts regarding that because I know it probably came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I was incredibly surprised, but when I thought about it a little afterwards, I wasn't that surprised anymore because of how the community generally has been towards people that aren't active players of the game and aren't actively playing the game itself. And since you have a lot of other responsibilities, I understood that they didn't see you in the same way that anybody that has been uh, at least even adjacently involved in some of the stuff. Like I helped out beforehand even, so I understood how much actual work went into everything, but I don't think they did, and so they just didn't show much appreciation. So I would get how that could get a bit tiring after a while.
Yeah, it kind of felt a bit rough. So when George kind of talked me out of saying, "Hey, I'm done," my goal was to say, "I can't do this by myself." I came to Zedrazo and I'm like, "Dude, I need your help," and he's like, "Okay, I'm in." And then I literally, before any of this happened, we had other people openly say, "Hey, if you need help, um, let me help you." One of those people is incredible, and he goes by the name of Frozen Breadstick. I would like to show you guys something. So, by the way, don't mind my fucking nos. Sorry. Um, this dude is cracked out of his mind, and legitimately is really good at what he does. So I'm opening a program that he literally created for us. This is called Breadstick Speedrunner Utilities, and this is the thing that we're going to use for the scoreboard moving forward. So, like, if I enable this, I could literally hit this, and I could type in here. Okay, the silent chaos, and then I could put over here Zeadrasil. Did I say that right? Zeadrasil. And then we
It's
have
close enough.
Zedra. Okay. So Team Speed, Frosty, Fight Club, and then over here we have KOS TV. And the cool thing is, we can actually plug in stuff. So, like, I'm from the US, so I go here, I put in on my team icon, I could literally just do United States. There we go. I'm from the United States, and my character is what is it? Showtime. Check that out. That's how this is gonna look. I think that's really freaking snazzy, and it was a combination of them initially making this like wheel here. Check this out. This is a wheel that we're gonna be using. for certain things, including an upcoming event. Here, let me make it a little bigger. And we can literally just put in whatever here. So bread. Uh, let's see here. Zeed, Chaos, Arsenal, Suncracker. All these people, and we literally could just hit, and it just spins. It uses in-game sounds and everything, and it's manipulative. And it looks like it was from in-game. And I think that's really cool that we have somebody that is so creative that they go from, oh, this isn't going to work in Python. They literally wrote it in fucking Godot. And it it works. And it works amazingly, and they do a great job. So a big shout out to literally Frozen Breadstick, who's been here since the beginning. I think he was like the first person that we picked up. Echo Lost for his, tireless feedback and being here, supportive. Arsenal and Milk working on the YouTube team. By the way, check this out. This is our YouTube right now. I just got done setting this up, like the look and everything, but it's all here. You have videos, you have posts. We're gonna make really cool stuff in here. You know, it's all for you guys. This whole project literally is by and for the community. That's the idea. So, uh, so other members of the team is Suncracker TV. He is going to be our primary midweek streamer. He helped out during, I believe it was it King of Speed? It was the King of Speed, right?
I think so.
Yeah, he
I'm
was
not
one of the
totally sure.
streamers during the King of Speed this last year. We had, I think it was either 3 or 4 streamers. I know it was you. Yeah, it was 4. You, me, Smeef, and Suncrack. And that's gonna probably be the same, except for Smeef is no longer gonna be doing that. I do want to address something. So this whole thing started a long time ago. So when I say a long time ago, um, I want to actually quantify what I say by that. I don't want you guys to think that I'm losing my damn mind. But this all started in August 2023 with 27 people. This is the first ever tournament we held for you guys. It was a special. I can't believe we made this actually work, Zeadrasil. But effectively, it was a free for all tournament where we had 3-way matches because we couldn't do 4-way matches. I found out about how to do plus host and everything, and it was genuinely wild where everybody played in their groups. If they won their group, they moved on to the next round. So we went from 27 to 9 to 3. It was really cool. So this is what began everything. This was one of the first tournaments that we held for speedrunners. Now, this was 6 months into like Frosty's infancy. Literally, we opened up in February. So you go from February to March, May, June, July, August, like 5 or 6 months in, and we're still like getting into our stride. And I had this wild idea, hey, let's do a speedrunners tournament. I had never interacted with the speedrunners community online, ever. And my experience from running speedrunners was running speedrunners effectively at my local bar. Um, I used to run an in-person event called Nerds Night, and we had a Moose Lodge, which is a fraternal organization, and we had that, and then we also had a dive bar next to it. Eventually, that Moose Lodge actually shut down, and then we moved our operations literally less than a block away to the dive bar, and we did that for a few years, and we ran multiple local speedrunners tournaments, and I think it was a lot of fun, and that I wanted to bring that fun, that casual to an event. Lo and behold, I had no bloody clue about y'all's community at this point. I really didn't. I knew nothing. And I had a lot of experience running tournaments and running events both online and offline in different capacities. So I'm like, well, I can probably make this work. So I tried in several aspects, and we just ended up giving up on some of it, and we came to the compromise of, okay, I wanted to do free for all. We could do groups of 3. I think that works. Okay, not unreasonable. And we made it happen. It was fun. And from this day forward, just to go back for a minute, because speedrunners happened, we started doing speedrunners basically every single month, back all the way going to 2023. So Speedrunner Showdown, Speedtember, the skill, the finale, Speedrunner Sundays. We have held, let me just count here. 1, 2, 3, is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, I'm really bad at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then each one of these is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's 18. That's 30. And then we are at this point, 30, 41 tournaments for you guys. We have run and completed 41 tournaments, including the largest tournament that has had the most signups in the history of speedrunners. Now, we're taking all of that history and all of those tournaments, if I can help it, because I just got my NAFs back online, and I literally have 2 terabytes of footage that we have to go through. But the goal is this: we're going to take those things and upload them to this channel. It may still have the old branding for Frosty Fight Club, but they will be there in their entirety, and we may edit it up and grab really cool moments and clips and from that. But we are going to respect the past, because I put forth a lot of fucking effort for this. And I want to make sure that you guys and all the moments that we've worked through together, they matter. So, now that we have our past and kind of the why, let's talk about the future for a moment. Okay, Zeadrasil?
Yeah.
So, the future of this is we have the full backing and blessing of Tiny Build, of Gert, and basically we are as close to an official organization as we could be, being a community organized and led organization. Effectively, we have direct contact with Tiny Build. I have assisted with Tiny Build running their events. Literally, this one right here. This was a tournament that happened on the 20th, 6 days ago. 11 of the basically most cracked out players in the history of the game joined us. I wish Nicholas could have been there, Benson and all that, but they weren't available. So in this case, these were people who won 2 or more tournaments in the history of speedrunners, and they were invited and they were available, and we held a really cool little tournament, just in kind of in the same vein that we did my first tournament. Multi-man events, 3-4-4, 3-3, one final four, and Reds took it this time. By the way, good job to everybody who played. That was a lot of fun to watch. But for us to make this, you know, happen, we had to do some unorthodox things. We had to actually have the players share their screen because currently, in the Speedrunners 2 playtest, there's no spectator mode. Now, tentatively, the spectator mode is supposed to be in the early access release. That's as far as I know. But as it sits, this is kind of the deal. This is what it is. This is speedrunners. And I think that's really freaking cool that we're at this point. So that being said, let's talk about what is next. What's next is literally 24 hours away. The first ever event that we're going to hold as the King of Speed TV. And that is Speedtember 2025. We do this every year. We've done it in 2023. We did it in 2024. This year, it is probably one of the most ambitious things we've ever done. And Zeadrasil, I want your opinion on this. When I came up with this concept, what was your initial thoughts on this?
I thought it would be extremely interesting to see, mostly because a lot of the community is aware of where they stand relative to most other players. So there would be a lot of infighting for who gets whose team as soon as teams are decided.
Oh yeah, I mean, this is effectively like this is the speedrunners kickball equivalent of like the World Series. And I say kickball because I'm thinking I want you guys to kind of go back to when you were in school. Some people had kickball, baseball, whatever, but the general idea was you would have two teams and people would be like, okay, no, 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 you be captain, you be captain. And they pick the captains, and then the captains would alternate picking, okay, well, I want them, 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 I want them. And there's 31 people signed up. Any one of these people, most likely the highest skilled players, Zeadrasil, you're on that list. Oh no. People might actually be like, hey, I want to be, a captain. So any one of these people could go, I'm going to be captain. Yeah, all right. So I want you, I want you, I want you. And I think this is going to be a lot of fun because it's basically an exercise in, does the community know all the other members of the community? Furthermore, it's going to be a great way to see how people self-organize for the future, because I'm basically leaving it up to them in some ways. Would you not agree?
Yeah.
So it's going to be a lot of fun. So the idea is, when we start this, we are going to have a vote, and everybody is going to type in a chat, and they're going to get one vote to say, I would like this person as captain. And this is after everybody has checked in. If they check in, they get a vote. If they don't check in, they don't get a vote. They're going to vote. We're going to get our two captains. At that point, from the people who have checked in, they are going to, well, first off, I'm going to offer either they could do rock, paper, scissors, or we can coin flip. Whichever one they want to do, we'll do. But there's going to be a team that picks first and a team that picks second. Pretty simple. And to be perfectly fair, we're going to have team one pick first, team two pick second. And I feel like we're, do you think we should do serpentine picking where it goes 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1?
I'm not sure which one would be better.
It could be, we can ask
Let
them.
me double check something.
Yeah, go for it. While they're checking that out, once we get our initial teams picked, we are going to have up to 3 reserve slots for players. Now, these reserve slots are for substitutes. So, if you didn't get picked in the main thing, it doesn't mean you don't get to play yet. It means that you're going to go into a substitute slot. And if something happens, if a member of that team has to leave, if there's a technical issue, they get swapped out, you get to play. That's how it works. Substitutes will also get the badges if they are selected. And yes, there are in-game badges for this event. So The team that gets to pick first will get to not get to pick whether they are team running or team speed. So, whenever your team picks whatever it's going to be, that is the badge you are playing for. You are playing for the in-game team running or team speed badge. The other team, unfortunately, will also get a badge in game as well. The losing team will get a badge basically saying, well, yeah, I guess you just weren't up to snuff. So, one of the few times where we're going to throw a little shade as a badge. And I think that's going to be hilarious. Now, what are you looking up, Zeadrasil? I'm curious.
I was basically just checking what the order would be depending on the serpentine. Basically, what order would the last couple picks be from the serpentine? And I think that serpentine would be better based on the fact that it would cause the group that got the first pick to also get the last pick, which meant that they would have the fewest options then.
I think that's reasonable. I think that's very reasonable. All right. So, rules for this tournament, just to break it down. By the way, I am actually going to get back to fixing things here in a little bit, but we are going to put a little point in here, a little stream marker at some point to let you guys know, where we're at. When we do the highlight of this, we'll make a highlight of this first part. That way you guys understand, and then we'll go through in the actual behind-the-scenes stuff after that. But matches are going to be one-on-one. Teams will be comprised of 10 members, with one of them being the captain of their team. They'll be allowed 3 substitutes. Now, there's going to be a initial kickoff match between basically team captains. Sorry, I was thinking playground rules. So screw what I said about the what is it? The coin flip or whatever. But it's a first to 5 under Lord of the Runs. So that means there's going to be map bans in place. And basically the winning team gains the advantage to be able to pick the first map and get to choose to be team speed or team running. The winning team will also get the advantage to pick a player on the opposing team to challenge initially. So effectively, you get to, if you wanted to pick the weakest member on the opposing team and just start, you could just make them play a man down. If, let's say your team had Reds and the other person, anybody on the other team didn't have Nicholas, well, that's going to be pretty lopsided. But we'll see. Match length is depending on the amount of players on the teams remaining. All matches are first to 3 until one team has 5 or less. So when one team hits 5, everything becomes first to 5. When there are 3 players on any of the team's map bans will be enabled. That's going to be important. All right. And then at that point, once we get the last man standing, basically that last player will get a couple of advantages. They get to pick the first map or ban, and they get to choose the map length, first to 3, first to 5, or first to 7. If both teams go down to 1 player, basically if both teams have last man standing, it will be a first to 10 under Lord of the Runs championship rules. So, Zeadrasil actually had something he wanted to say. I think he wanted to change his opinion. Now, why is that?
I forgot to account for the captains already taking a slot for the 10 versus 10 people. So instead of getting 10 picks, they would each only get 9 picks. So as a result of that, in that case, the person that got to pick first would get to pick 2 of the last 3, which is, I think, slightly unfair.
That is slightly unfair. All right,
While it
so
is true that the second picking team would get to pick 2 of the top 3 picks, I think that overall it's just better to do it the standard way.
okay, so we'll go playground rules back and forth. You go, I go, you go, I go. Okay, so general rules for the tournament, everything else is the same, guys. I think it's pretty fair. It's great stuff. Yeah, I mean, this is looking to be a really unique styled event. And if it goes well, we could make this a regular thing where we have either 5v5 or 10v10 crew battles. So this is truly a proof of concept just to see if we can make it happen. All right. Other than that, some of the other stuff that we have, this little video that I'm going to play real quick will break down kind of what we have in mind upcoming. So go to Twitch or YouTube, specifically YouTube. That would be youtube.com at KingofSpeedTV. Check this out. Okay. Okay, I need to interject one thing. This infographic is not accurate anymore. Bloops, aka vetoed carotene, actually became staff roughly around when this video came out. So I do want to give them credit and thank them explicitly for some of the animation work that they've done on some of the stuff, including this right here. It was Milk and Bloops that did a really good job on this. Okay, so you guys get the idea of what we're doing now, why we're doing it, and what's to come. So let me show you some of the stuff that we've been doing behind the scenes. First and foremost, on Twitch, they have a thing for alerts. Check this out. So some of the stuff that we've done is this. Take a look. So, Zeadrasil, I have a question. Is it better to have the text below or to the right? Because I wanted your opinion on this anyways. So it would look like that or look like this. I think below looks just great. What do you think?
I do too. It just feels a bit off given how it's not completely centered.
Well, it's centered to where his hand is. If you look at the thing as a whole, it's kind of centered enough.
Yeah, it just looks a bit
It
off
looks a little wonky.
because of the fact that for a decent portion of it, the circle is the main thing.
Yep, I understand. I don't disagree. I believe you are accurate in this. All right. Well, let me show you guys how this works. So we have these. I'm going to copy this, and we're going to go back to the landing pad for a moment. So we have Twitch alerts set up in a very particular fashion. All I have to do is hit this, and I type in just Twitch alerts, and we can actually preview what it looks like. So where do you think we should have our alerts? Maybe bottom right or bottom left? I'm thinking bottom left.
Yeah, bottom left works.
All right, so we put him here, and let's say we give him like a send a test alert. Okay, here we go. I think he looks great. I would like to make him a little bigger though. He seems a little small. What do you think?
Could you play that again, please?
Sure.
Yeah, I think that the image isn't that bad. It's just that the text is small.
Yeah, I can make the text bigger. So
Yeah,
let's make that text bigger. So currently 24. Let's make it 36 and give it a follow. I think that looks a lot
much
better.
better.
Much better. All right. So I'm going to make the image and drag this a little bit up and put it like we could hit it with another tester. Or technically bottom center wouldn't be too bad temporarily.
Yeah,
But it might get in the way of gameplay, you know?
yeah. Which is why I think bottom left or bottom right would be best.
Leave it like that right there. That seems good.
Yeah.
All right. So we've got that set up. Let's take a look at what it looks like if we get a sub. How does that sound?
Yep. That sounds good.
All right, give me a second. I gotta edit something because I could do this, the texting to all of them at once, and I'm gonna do that. So we're gonna hit it with the the young 24, and go deselect all. So take a look at this. Does that seem good, or should it be bigger? Maybe bigger. Let's do. Can I change the? What are they? We have something. I'm gonna try something for a minute. Bear with me. I need to clear the cache for this. Oop. And then I'm gonna send it one more time. I like that. How does that
Yeah,
look?
I think that's good. It's just the text seems a bit big when compared to the others.
Yep, I can fix that too. I was about to say that's probably the only thing I need to do. So I'm gonna back that back down to 30. I'm gonna hit save. I'm gonna refresh that real quick, and we'll give it one more go. That looks good. So you want to take a look at what a raid looks like?
Yeah.
Channel points. Uh, get it? The sound in game.
Yep.
Yeah. Goal started. Yeah. So that's pretty cool right there. So we're gonna have all these, and you guys will get to see them during the event. I think that's pretty awesome. All right. So I am very happy to see that. So that is gonna carry over to the desktop view. Let me go ahead and just add that real quick. The bad thing is now if I do anything, I have to add it to everything else manually. But could be worse. And I just get to place it and put it in the bottom left. Pretty much the same-ish spot. All right. So we have a lot of things. We don't have our watermark though, something to represent who we are. Now we've been working on this, and I believe we got something pretty good. Let me take a look. Is it in staff or was it in assets, or it might
I'm
be?
not sure.
Let me look. Not assets. Be in talks. Scrolling, scrolling. Not there. Must be staff. All right. So we had some interesting. Come on. Scrolling, 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 scrolling.
Oh,
Did you
I
find
found one of them.
you found one of them?
I will send it to you.
Yep, go
But
for it.
it's easier to access.
I'm trying to think where the bloody hell they are.
Here's one of them, and then
All right.
they're from days ago now in the staff chat.
Okay. So let me save this. Do we want the one with the antenna and the feet, or do we just want the box?
I think the one with the antenna in the feed is good, at least to show what we're working with.
It looks cute. All right. All right, cool. So let me show you guys what this is gonna look like. So I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you with this. Thank you, Zeadrasil. By the way, great work again to all of the staff, Milk, and everything. So let me put this on screen. Boom. Oh wow, that is so big. Oh my god. You see that, right?
Massive.
Massive. Look at
Hey, at least people won't miss the watermark.
that. Cute. I was thinking about having it sit just right down there, like right
Looks
there.
nice.
It's cute. It sits.
If it fits, it sits.
Exactly. I am going to lock that in, but then I am going to give it a quick filter real quick. Hit it with an opacity filter. That way you can still kind of see through it.
Yeah. So it doesn't block gameplay in the off chance that it happens to use that corner.
Yeah. I think that looks really
Though
good.
with the opacity filter, we might as well use the one without the legs because they're very hard to see.
Would you rather you want to send that to me real quick then?
Already did.
Oh, you did. Okay. Thank you so much. All right. Save, and this is gonna be watermark. Hey yo, the name of the file: watermark no legs. That is wild. Alright, there we go. And then I will just grab that and put it right there. What do you think? Does that look good?
Yeah.
Awesome. So you guys are gonna see this on our screens, bottom right. It's gonna be cool, real cool. All right, so we have the basics here. I think it's time for us to work on game capture. What do you think?
Yeah. Sounds like a good time to work on that.
All right, so let's capture us some speedrunners. All right, so all I did was copy this current scene. This also gives me a bit of flexibility. So this is my background for my desktop. There's nothing going on here right now. I'm gonna run speedrunners so you guys can see it. And Zeadrasil, yes, I may ask you to play me in speedrunners to show this off.
Yay.
Yep. Hey, look, that's us right there. All right. So what we're gonna do really quick is this is being captured via a display capture. But that's not what we want. The reason for this is I want this to be isolated. That way I could also capture game audio at the same time. So I'm going to use game capture for this. And I'm going to specifically name the window for speedrunners. That way anytime somebody's here, capture audio, capture transparency, limit frame rate. I do want it to be, and then we're going to set hook rate to fastest. Cool. Oh, hey, we got our first spam bot, Zeadrasil. I know.
Bad.
Oh, I am. Give me a sec. All right. So, cheap followers on stream boo. Remove the space. Yes, I will. The space between your brain and your brainstem. Ha 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 ha. So, Zeadrasil, that's what this looks like right now. And you have a preview in Discord, and everything. What do you think? Do you think it looks good like this?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I had a cool thought. So I want to share something. Can you fire up speedrunners for me? I know. What a weird concept, me asking you to play speedrunners.
It's not like I have 562 hours on the game.
I know, not at all. Not at all. I'm gonna invite Zeadrasil to this loving game. This game that honestly I do believe it is one of my favorite games of all time, but you know, show where is Zeadrasil? Metzger. There you go. Not very many people online, but that's okay.
And that is still too loud.
Yeah, Zeadrasil, it does get a little loud.
Yeah, I haven't really played much on my desktop PC.
Oh, I'm sorry. That happens.
I think that's right. Alright. That should be good now.
So, I want him to get in. So, we're just gonna get into a map really quick. How you could use lab, I don't care. Yippee. So, the reason I want to be in this is I want to be able to mess with the scores and everything. So, this is what the game looks like as it is right now. Okay? So, remember earlier how I mentioned there was that tool? And no, I'm not talking about any politicians. I'm referring to the breadstick utility. So, with the breadstick utility, I could fire it up, and I could have an overlay for the game. Now, the catch is it's not going to overlay over what I'm doing. So, for me to do this, I have to make a couple small changes. I need to capture these people and make it look good. So, let's see here. I'm going to put the silent chaos, and then I'm going to put here Zeadrasil. My team is going to be And then Zeadrasil is going to be KOS TV. Okay, so you guys don't see it on screen, but I'm about to do something so you can. So what I can do is, thanks to Breadstick's, Galaxy Brain, mind you, I could actually do a window capture of each individual player. Scoreboard, top left. So if I do this and I choose score left, let's see here. There's more than one of them. Interesting. I don't want to do that one. I may actually set it up where I have bottom right and top left, and they work the same way. Let me do that, because those in theory should work identically. I may have him rename something for me. Zeadrasil, E, and then mine's gonna be show. No, quit tackling me! Stop it! You're so mean, Zeadrasil. Why? Oh my god. So horrible. Alright. We're gonna make this game last forever, Zeadrasil. That's what it is.
Yippee.
It lasts forever. Alright, so this is going to be, I need to actually do a game capture. This is really weird because we talked about how this would work in theory, but it's about making sure it looks good in game as well for you guys. So this is going to be scoreboard. Actually, I was going to do scoreboard left or up left. This game has such a sense of style. I love it. Alright, so that's Zeadrasil. Allow transparency. That's good. Don't capture cursor. Capture frame rate. That's not what you can pick up. I think we have found a little bit of a bug here. Now, Zeadrasil, what do you think about? You're looking on stream, right?
Yep.
Do you think it's better to have the score like right here, up here, like right next to it, on the left or right?
Yeah. I think it should be like directly next to it, because it looks like it fits there right about perfectly.
Alright, let me see if I can...
Is that where the item is? I don't remember where the item icon is.
Are you... Don't get yourself killed, please. Not yet.
Maybe run over to the right so we can grab an item so we can see what it would look like with an item.
We could. Give me 1 second. I'm almost done. This is kind of fun to just mess around with. Alright, up left. Well, let me capture the other one. Alright, so there is a small issue. These windows are not named identically. Or they are named identically, so I can't pick them. So that will be an issue that we have to rectify. So that
Shouldn't be terribly difficult.
No, it's gonna probably be like changing a word. and I'm gonna have him
Yeah.
put it in top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right. That way I could have also other stuff. But if you take a look at what you see here on the top right, that is basically an example of what it's gonna look like. And I could actually increase and decrease the score like that, depending on how many games that they have. So I think that's pretty cool. I could also rescale. See, there's a glitch right there. It captures the whole breadstick application then. All right, yeah, I'm gonna get him to work on this. But the point is, we have an idea. All right, Zeadrasil, let me see. Let me click into the game. Oh, for some reason my controller not cooperating with speedrunners?
Did you connect it after you launched the game?
No, I connect. It was on before the game. Whatever.
Did you join the lobby with your
People,
controller?
I could have done that. Let's see. Okay, so it's working in here, and then custom match, and then invite friend. All right, so it's working through here now. I just want to see how it looks in general. Yeah, it's just not working at all.
That's weird.
It works in the menu, but it doesn't work elsewhere.
Does your keyboard work?
I mean, nope. Whatever. Oh wait, it might be. Well, no, I don't have plus host right now. That is incredibly dumb.
Weird.
Like if I do edit controller, and then it has my controls are here, view layout. Okay, player controls. Okay. Yeah, no, that looks like that works just fine. Okay, so that's
Real cheap game.
yeah. It's looking pretty good. Let me restart the game really quick. Alright. So the cool part about me doing the way that I have set up is it's a tiered approach, so when I close the game you guys still see something. I mean, I could also just turn that off and you guys see that screen at all time, which is not terrible, but being able to see what I'm doing, could be convenient for you guys at times. All right. Other than that, besides the scoreboard, would you say this is basically ready?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think we need much else initially. I mean, everything else will be shown on a desktop for now, and I could do some minor tweaks between now and then, yeah?
Yeah. It should work for sure.
All right. Well, folks, this has been more or less the making of. I mean, it kind of explain the history and everything. Any last words, Zeadrasil?
Be on the lookout for when the website eventually gets available to be put up.
Yeah.
Because I'm working on that right now.
Yeah. So the website's gonna be up maybe by the time you watch this video, so don't be surprised. But folks, for the rest of here,